Good day, everyone, and welcome to Journey of the Anointed with Mr. Buzz. I want to talk about the thing that's been the most important of all on my journey. A journey that I wasn't even counting on until it started happening and unfolding. Realized I was enrolled in some sort of cosmic course that I didn't know I was enrolled in. That's really what happened. The most important aspect, the most important ingredient, we'll say, for me to have success getting through this course has been gratitude. We could say it's also humility, but I think gratitude, I'd still put it number one. Yeah, gratitude is definitely the number one thing. Let's just talk about Jesus for a second. I was thinking about this when I was walking yesterday. Something about walking, it really gets me thinking about lots of things. I walk to a rhythm. I try to keep my pace really steady and walk at the same tempo. And it's almost like binaural beats. There's something about that steady rhythm that makes the mind start to move. And it started thinking about Jesus a lot and what it must have been like knowing you're just about to be nailed to a cross. I mean, big old spikes right through there. Try and imagine knowing that's what you're there to do. No, you're a divine being, sure. But you're in human form, and that's going to feel exactly the same as it does for any other human. You just have to be super courageous to do something like that willingly. And I thought about how much gratitude is really appropriate there. It can't even be measured, really. It can't even be measured. Not at all. And then I got thinking about how I didn't have that gratitude up until, just a little while ago. Imagine doing that for everyone and a whole bunch of people not even appreciating it. That just adds insult to injury, as they say. Not that it would for him. He's the Son of God. He doesn't think in those terms. But I can think in those terms. I'm a human, so why wouldn't people appreciate that? Have gratitude. You need to have a level of gratitude for that surpasses all other gratitude you've ever had in your life. There's really nothing that's ever been done that deserves as much gratitude as that one. Sure, I'll just go down there and let them nail me to that piece of wood and die a slow, agonizing death with thorns pushing into my skull. Sounds great, yeah. Hard to even believe that the human beings could be so cruel as to want to do that to anybody. Really, that in itself is an education. When you study the origins of Christianity and where this all started. The level of gratitude I now have for that, I can't even describe it. Because I can honestly say, would I volunteer for it? I can't see it. I gotta be honest, I can't see it. There are some people brave enough, I suppose, to volunteer for that. I don't know. I'm not going to claim to be one of them. That might not be honest. That might not be. So if I wouldn't even do it myself, he still did. In his human form, so he could feel every ounce of that pain. That's deserving of a real special kind of gratitude from all of us. From all of us. So start there when you're thinking about gratitude. That's the benchmark. That's the... If you scoff at that and you haven't got any gratitude for what he did, there's a definite need to re-examine yourself. You know, he did indeed come here to do that intentionally. I mean, the evidence is clear. That's why he came. That's why he came. So, to have regular gratitude, you know, I have gratitude for the food that I'm provided, and for the air that I breathe, for the clothes that I wear, for the heat that keeps me from freezing to death. You know, there's a lot of things to be grateful for. For my cats, whom without them I'd be completely alone in the physical realm. You can never be completely alone. I have Jesus at my side now. I walk with him with all that gratitude that I just described. So many things to be grateful for. And when you really start to feel that gratitude all the time, all the time, life changes. Life changes. Taking things for granted and being ungrateful will literally get you nowhere with God. He will provide. He will be generous. He will be, in some cases, he'll shower you with kindness. But once you stop having gratitude for it, that's gonna put a monkey wrench into things. That really is. And it's so simple. I mean, if you took your last $10 and fed somebody who's hungry, say you've got lots of food, but you get this $10 bill that's all left, and that's all you got left. You're like, well, okay, I've got food to eat. I don't need this $10 that bad. I was just gonna probably waste it. And you took that and you gave that to somebody to eat, or you bought them food, or whatever you did. Would you not want them to appreciate that? Of course you would. I mean, you might not do it just for that reason, but you don't want to do it for somebody that's ungrateful. Again, you might still, even if they're ungrateful, you might still do it. But when the person shows gratitude, it makes it a whole lot smoother process, doesn't it? And yet so many of us walk around, I was one of them. Again, everything I say on this channel about people's deficiencies, it's a deficiency I used to have or still do have. One or the other. Maybe it's something I'm still working on. Now, the gratitude thing, I'm not still working on that. I've got that. I feel grateful for everything. This cup of coffee I have right now, for this blanket that's keeping me a little extra warm. Everything I feel grateful for. because nobody or nothing owes you anything. There's nothing owed you at all. That sense of entitlement that some people have, which I used to have, it's a big form of arrogance, and I used to be so guilty of it. I don't know what makes us like that. I don't know what does that. But when you really start to truly feel gratitude for everything, everything changes. Everything changes. It's like there's a merit system built into everything. It's baked right into the recipe. Okay? When you tap into it properly and feel the things that you're meant to feel, like gratitude, it unlocks other things. But there's built-in safety devices in there that if you don't have that gratitude, things are going to lock right up, and you won't have access to them. Other things are going to fall apart. God thought of everything. He thought of every last thing. And it is a completely perfect and fair system, believe it or not. When people say, oh, life isn't fair, actually it is. It actually is. God made everything completely fair. It's all based on you, how you feel about things. How entitled you think you are to things, or how much gratitude you actually feel for things. And he wants you to have other things too. He wants you to walk in faith. Gratitude and faith, they sort of go together. Faith can take a little while because it needs to be based on something. Blind faith is that's kind of shaky. I don't recommend blind faith. Having blind faith in something can be a very bad thing, actually. But having faith in the Lord, well, that's never a bad thing. That's just never a bad thing. And he will prove it. He will prove it to you. Proven it to me so many times. But we'll stick to gratitude here. We'll stick to gratitude. Faith will be another video. Have gratitude for every last thing. It goes along with the last video I made. You don't miss the water till the well runs dry. That's the same as not having proper gratitude for what's around you, what you have. I'm trying to do better with my cats, even. Like, you know, cats don't live forever. They live 18 years if you're real lucky. That's about all you get. Maybe 20. And sometimes my male cat especially, he wants to play, and he's demanding. He's so demanding. And sometimes I brush him off, but I'm trying not to do that anymore. Really trying not to. Trying to cherish every moment I can spend with him. So that's my spiel on gratitude. And as I say, it's not a preachy thing. All these things I discuss are for my benefit too, because I'm either struggling with it or I have in the past. So, thanks for watching, and of course remember, Jesus Christ is right beside me, and right beside me over here too, and behind me, and the one that never let you down, the one that made the ultimate sacrifice for us, the one I have more gratitude towards than anyone who exists. He is indeed the King of all kings.